folks, welcome back to yet another Football Manager 2020 team guide. We're going to take a look at Brentford, who are out in the Championship, and here we are at the squad, the team selection page out on FM20. The game is out now, so make sure you check that out. Make sure you order it, get involved, because it's a cracker of a game. So if you don't know too much about Brentford, this is a great place to start, because it gives you kind of a bit of an overview of the team. They are nicknamed the Bees. The owner does love the club, so likely to pump some money into the park. They do actually play their football at Griffin Park. For now, I think that does change in the future. They have average training facilities, below average data analysis, and basic youth facilities. However, that could change with the new move planned for the end of the year in the real world. I don't know if it does happen in this. Quick overview of the club culture. They like you to play possession football, attacking football, and sign players from lower levels of the domestic game. They also like to play entertaining football as well. The media prediction is to finish 10th in the championship of this season. So here we are with the initial welcome screen. I've been appointed as manager, but it's only just for this little video insight into Brentford. So we'll blitz through that. Here we go. Quick look at the reputation of the club. We are a 3-star club. The director of football is Philip Gillis, who's going to be pulling the strings behind the scenes, and Brian Reamer is my current assistant manager. I could sack him, you know what? I could sack his ass. Quick look at the club history as well. And Cliff Brown welcomes me to the club and says, you know what? I think we're on to a winner with you. Quick look at the current team, best team 11 or whatever it is. Pinning your hopes on this guy, I think. Ollie Watkins, now that there's no Neil Maupay. And Pontus Jackson. David Raya, familiar face for me. Does show you a quick look at the current commitments loan-wise, which have been previously set up by the previous manager here at Brentford. They also talk about their club vision, which we mentioned briefly in the 5-year plan within the club as well. They also have some stuff to look forward to or try and plan towards for the current season, the next season, and here on in. You also have the chance to set up a little chit chat with the media, have a look at the squad and inter-squad friendly, and also get a report from the backroom staff as well. Completely up to you. I'm going to just say yes to all of them. And here we go. The first screen is welcome. Kind of get up to date with all the emails and all that kind of good stuff. But I'm going to just jump straight in and take a look at what we're going to be working with money-wise. I'm a money man, folks. So the overall bank balance for Brentford is £12 million. That's not too shabby. Just shy of 13, actually, with a transfer budget of £5 million. You've got a wage budget on the flip side, £325,000. Spending £313,000 at the moment. You may or may not be able to adjust the budgets, but sometimes you can do. So that's what you're currently looking with. The debt at the club, you've got £25 million transfer debt. As for the projection, you're expected to make a loss over the next year or two. So that's something to look upon. Maybe you can balance the books with selling some of these guys. So this is the current crop of players for Brentford, and they've got a good core, I think, here from a third-party point of view. They have two really good goalkeepers in Luke Daniels and, of course, David Raya, who they picked up in the summer, who is first-team material. We'll take a look at him in a minute, maybe. But Pontus Jackson was one of the surprise transfers of the summer, leaving Leeds to join Brentford. I think it was a balance in the books kind of stuff. So, yeah, he's in there. Of course, Ollie Watkins and Said Bayrima are the players that are going to be pulling the strings for Brentford. Let's take a look at the most valuable players. It is Pontus Jansson, £13.5 million. Swedish international, still 28 years of age, got about 4 years of top-level football in him. He made the switch from Leeds, and he was only at Leeds for 3 seasons, which he felt like he was there for forever. Very, very good defender, especially at championship level. Good leader as well. I was quite surprised to see this happen. I thought he may go to Fulham, but he went to Brentford, which is, good. He's actually playing at his ability, his level. He might not get much better than this, if I'm completely honest with you. You can see that right there in those two numbers. That's his current ability, that's his potential. Said Barama's got a little bit of wiggle room. He's 23 years of age. He's an attacking winger. Can play on the left or the right-hand side. £11.25 million. Again, you're pinning your hopes on him alongside Ollie Watkins to be your creative force this season. Scored 10 goals last season in the real world after a £2.7 million move from a French club, Nice. It's a bit nice of them to send him to you. Yeah, so he's up there. Ollie Watkins, one of English younger talent, 3.5 star at the moment, could go as high as 4. Formerly of Exeter, I remember that move when it happened. He scored a few goals for Exeter in the lower leagues. When I say lower leagues, I mean the second division or League 2. And he's got back-to-back double digits for goals as well as a winger. That's not too shabby. Then you have the Danish invasion. There's 3 of them here. This guy is actually on loan back in Denmark. So these 3 guys, adding a bit of defensive backbone, midfield strength as well. So all valuable players, and again they've still got some room for improvement as well. So you've got a very, very good squad and a very, very continental sort of European flair within it. Let's take a look at the development centre and have a little look what's brewing in the development centre. We do have Marcus Force, who's a Finnish guy. He's not the Finnish article just yet. I'm on fire today, boys. He's actually on loan at AFC Wimbledon. Could go as high as 122 in the potential ranks, which has got a little bit of wiggle room. Not really that. He's not really the greatest hot prospect. This guy here has a bit of an outside shot though. Ellery Balcombe. He's actually on loan at Viborg. They seem to be doing a lot of deals with the Danes and the Scandinavians, so they must have some sort of connections as well. There's another one right here. Patrick Zigger Gunnarsson, Icelandic goalkeeper, another Dane right here. They are all over the place. They must like their Danish bacon, but definitely stuff to work with here. Exploring the European market. How about the under-18s? There's one that stands out, and that is Jan Zamburik. He's an 18-year-old Czech guy. He's already valued at £475,000, 18 years of age. Midfielder, can play on the left-hand side as well. Could go as high as 4 stars. He was picked up from Slavia Prague. Undisclosed fee. Let's take a look at the dynamics of the squad. Team cohesion is pretty much all over the place. That's probably due to the fact there's so many new faces from all over the place. It's not just like so many new faces from England. We are juggling a lot of nationalities in here. The dressing room atmosphere, though, is pretty tip-top, and the managerial support is also another level. As for the hierarchy, Jansen's coming here, and he's taking command of this team. He is the Capitano. Again, arranged by previous management. You might want to change that yourself. You might want to look elsewhere. Canos is another player I've overlooked as well. 22 years of age, attacking midfielder down the right-hand side. Again, he's been there a little bit for Brentford, so he knows the deal. So, yeah, definitely got some good quality players, good leaders as well. 2 real standout leaders, and then you have this core of players on the rise. Speaking of core, let's take a look at the core social groups. Daniels is on the outside. Maybe I think he had a bit of contract negotiations that dragged on too long in the real world. Maybe he's been alienated a little bit. Maybe he said some stuff about I want to leave the club. I don't know. I can't remember. And then we have a secondary core social group, which is quite surprising. Has Jansen in there. You know, it's quite surprising to see him in that group and not the core social group. I know he's not been there that long enough. It'll take him a little bit of time to move into that core and maybe actually boss the core. As for the happiness, everyone seems very, very in good spirits, or the majority of them seem good spirits as well. So a lot of green means good stuff. You can the code of contact will get sorted out as time goes by over the next couple of days if you keep on clicking, and you can also arrange a team meeting as well. So let's take a look at the Tactics. Nope, we're going to go team report and squad depth. Let's take a look at who's playing where, how many players you got. You got 2 standout goalkeepers, I think really good goalkeepers for your club. If you take a look at Blackburn Rovers, we have absolutely dog shit for goalkeepers. As for left backs, 3 guys on the books, but realistically, you've only got this guy playing at left back, so that's definitely an area you want to look at, unless you're going to play some other formation where you have 3 at the back. But Rico Henry is your one and only left back, right at £6 million. A good player for them, but it's very slim pickings after that. You're looking at playing square pegs and round holes. And to the right side, it's also pretty similar. So your fullbacks is an area of concern. Henrik Dalsgaard is your main man, Danish international. He's playing at right back. And then also you've got Josh Clark, who is a strong right back, but can also play further forward as well. So you've got a couple of options on the right, but you definitely need a new left back to compete with Rico Henry. As for your centre backs, you've got 4 sort of classy ones, and then you've got a couple of little guys making up the ground. Obviously, Pontus Jansson, Julian Geneva as a Ghanaian. He's probably going to be Pontus's partner. And they've also got Pinnock, who was actually bought in. He was very sought after in the summer from Barnsley, £3 million signing, and he goes to Brentford as well. So very, very good option there, Pinnock. And then you've got this guy, Mads Berch Sorensen, another young centre-back. He spent last season with Brentford as well, but only played a few games. So there's your main centre-backs. You've got 4 that could rotate over the course of the season. Into midfield we go. Is it Brian Mbembo? It is Brian Mbembo. 19-year-old Frenchie. Can play on the left or the right-hand side. Ran at £6.5 million. Very, very good player. Fast. Got great work rates and flair as well. He likes a couple of long shots as well. So Brian Mbembo can play on the left or the right-hand side, but it looks like he's got him on the left. They've also got Joel Valencia as Ecuadorian, valued at £5.25 million. There's a lot of high-value players in the Championship these days. Again, very fast, which is good when you're playing on the wings. So he can play on the left or the right, but they seem to prefer Dalsgaard, again, who can play at the defensive right back. But you know what? I don't know how you would operate, or how Brentford operate on a normal basis. Christian Chu, I remember him from my own save last season. Very good player. He's only valued £130,000. I think I spent around about 2 or 3 million on this guy. So he could be a little wonder kid in the future. He's only here on loan. Maybe it's a loan to move. Something like that. Is he moving permanently? Maybe we'll look at the transfer situations in a minute. But Christian Chu is an option. Canos as well. Where is Canos' best position? It says down the right-hand side. Probably the left. Interesting. So, and then we already talked about your beef in midfield. You've got a lot of good options. It's very Danish looking. And then moving forward, you're looking at, who's this fella? Emiliano Maracondes is actually on loan. He's not available. He seems to be the striker, the main striker, but he's not. I think you're lacking an out-and-out striker. Excuse me. Obviously, you had Neil Maupay here. Not really replaced him at all. Nikos Kavalis is probably your best out-and-out striker. Pressing forward. Pace. Has he got goals in his locker, in his game? Not really. He's occasionally a double-digits man, but... yeah, he could be the answer, but realistically, I think that's another area. So left back and striker, I think you would want to take a look at in the transfer market. Take a look at your where are we? Dynamics. Look at the strengths and weaknesses according to the assistant manager here. He says there are a number of hot prospects in the rankings that could make Brentford a future powerhouse. A player partnership is also a strength. Defensive midfield depth, we have plenty of those options as well. Midfield depth in general. Aggression, we've got quite a lot of players with speedy acceleration, and our transfer budget is in good shape. As for our weaknesses, overall depth, defender depth, specifically left back, I did say that. One-on-ones, corners could do with a bit of work as well. Teamwork, leadership, which I think you're all right with leadership. You've got a good, massive leader in Janssen. And free kick taking could do with a bit of improvement as well. The media prediction, let's take a little look at that. I think we did see that start thing as 10th, right? 10th, 12-1 on to win it. Pontus Jansson is in the media dream 11, so he's one of the standouts for that. What else did I want to see? The board expects you to finish in the 4th round minimum of the FA Cup and the 3rd round of the Carabao Cup. And you enter it in the 1st round. You got Luton, so that's what in my bizarro world. It might be different in the real world. But that, my friends, is a quick overview of Brentford. Quick look at just look at the staff while I'm here. Any familiar names? Yeah, if you're a Brentford fan, all these names must ring a bell. For me, they don't. Again, there's plenty more to see. I'm just scratching the surface here. If I did a detailed team preview or whatever, I'll be here for hours. But that is a quick look at Brentford. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that thumbs up. If you're new, smash the subscribe. New videos every single day on the channel, whether it is Football Manager, whether it is prediction videos, or if it's anything Blackburn Rovers related. I've got it here under one roof. Make sure you smash the like, smash the subscribe, and I'll be back tomorrow with another team preview right here on the channel. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.